Hi, thank you for joining me, Wendy Anderson, justbe.me. So in this video I wanted to talk about rebirth, excitement and transformation. So those of you that are really sensitive to energies, you may have been feeling butterflies in your stomach this week and not knowing why all the excitement, where's that coming from? And it literally is the rebirth of the whole planet, of everything. So I was running in the fields as well, or running through the fields the other day, and there was just so many white butterflies. It was absolutely stunning. I've never seen that many butterflies in one place. So I knew something was going on, because normally when I see butterflies I always know that there's a transformation occurring in something, but this wasn't just a personal transformation. This is a transformation of absolutely everything, of the whole planet. So I'll explain a little bit as well. So there's been some agendas, some control and fear agendas that were in play. And as I was talking about a few months ago, that the puppeteers, the top of the chain, we know who they are now, don't we? Kind of like part of these 12 families that were controlling basically the whole planet. They've actually been, as the analogy I spoke of, taken out of the playpen. The bullies have been taken out of the playpen. So they have literally been removed from planet. So there were agendas, control agendas around food. The GM agenda was part of it. Pharmaceuticals, finances, education. That thread, those programs or those agendas run through absolutely everything. And we will be seeing remnants of these plans, and we do still have to see the remnants of these plans. So it's a bit like, I mean, for those of you that are my age, used to be like a quiz program on television called Bullseye, and they used to like wheel on a speedboat or a brand new car and say this is what you could have won. So we will be seeing what we could have won basically, and you really did not want to win it. It really was the booby prize for humanity. Lots of control systems, but we're not getting that. We're not getting it. So for all you phoenixes out there, it literally is walking through the smoke now and not walking through the flames anymore. The fire has been put out. Victory, it's been won. Light always wins. So the lights, and this is because literally the light switch has been going on in humanity. People have been waking up and turning the light on and seeing things and choosing. So we've all been asked to choose. So at some point we will have to walk the walk and talk the talk, but many people aren't there yet, and that's okay. You know, this is the rebirth. It's still new. So we've been asked to choose, and it's simple. We've had two choices: path of fear or path of love. Up to you. You choose. If we are choosing the path of fear, if we hold fear in the body and we are not aware of it, then it creates dis-ease. So when you kinesiology the body, or test the body, and you're testing emotions that may be stuck in the body through past traumas and things, there is always fear at the point of the symptoms in the body. So this is a given, I'm afraid, and most healers will know this. So if that's what you are choosing, then it may feel really uncomfortable on the path of fear right now. Choosing the path of love. So everything is energy, everything is frequency. Bacteria, viruses and parasites are also energy. Pathogens are energy. Toxins are energy, and they are all low frequency energy. So the highest energy that is in existence is the energy of love. It has the highest frequency. So love heals all. So this is how healers work. They go into the heart space, the pure heart space that doesn't go through ego. It goes through their inner self, which is the purer self, because it's not got the fears or the anger or anything. So it can be just the vibration of love, and they literally focus. It's focused energy, love energy, on the person or the body that is ailing. So this is how it works. And love can basically bring up old traumas, old karmas, old emotions that are no longer needed. So it transmutes all of those low level frequencies into a higher level frequency, and that's how it works. So path of love or path of fear, it's your choosing, and this is what we are being asked to choose right now. So changes on the planet, so rebirth, excitement and transformation. So it feels like when you're just about to go to a party and it's kind of like, oh yeah, this is going to be really great, but you've just got a little bit of nervousness about it as well for some reason, and that's kind of like how it's feeling at the moment. So if you're sensitive to energies, this is what you will have been feeling kind of this week. So foods, so plants, crops, rebirth. So have a look around. So the GM wheat that we used to see was kind of like maybe about 3 or 4 foot. Wheat should be 8 foot in kind of like ancient times. It was quite tall. So with the GM crop, it didn't. It was just genetically manufactured to be more sustainable in high winds and things. So it was made shorter, and it looked like beigeier, yellower and short. So I noticed that in some fields you could literally see around the edge of a field like 1 metre of these new crops, and the stems look like a greeny blue colour in the new wheat crops. The wheat top is still similar, it's kind of like that beigey wheaty colour, but the stems are a greeny blue. So this is coming in line with DNA changes as well. So humans are also rebirthing, humans are also changing, DNA is rebirthing in the human. So we need new foods to be in line with the new human body. So we've got these new crops. It's really interesting. So the crops basically will have high levels of energy and nutrients that we need. So we'll need less of them, but they've got a high intensity frequency that it's more in line with the new DNA and the new human body. So we'll talk about the new human DNA, really exciting. So the body is changing as well, and it's going more crystalline. So before, we've had 2 strands of DNA. So we've had the male strand of DNA, which I see is kind of like going round like a core. I see it kind of like going around a big core of light, or whatever it is that you want to envisage. And you've got the female strand also running around it as well. So we've had 2 strands of DNA. This is the thing that's changing. So the DNA strands are actually expanding. Don't take my word for it. You can easiology it yourself. You can have a look at my other videos to learn how to do it. Really easy. Count how many strands of DNA that you currently are having. Really interesting. So 42 is quite a common number of strands at the moment. 42 is the number of perfection, which goes in line with indigos, rainbows, crystals and anchors generations. And these are the generations, the 42nd generation after Christ. So again, this number is coming up 42, and it is the number of perfection. So these generations already have within their DNA the Christ force energy of how to move forward onto this planet. So potentially they will have DNA from perhaps Atlantean times, or ancestors from Atlantean times. So they've already lived in a fifth dimensionality way of living. So they already know that in their DNA, they already have a resonance of the new programs of how humans will, new programs that they will be living within. So what I've noticed when I'm doing some DNA work is that you know what I mean, can't say it in case otherwise this video will not be able to reach people, it will be censored. I've noticed that this seems to stop the DNA strands from expanding. Once you clear out, if you know what I mean, once you clear that from the DNA and send healing to the DNA and heal certain traumas within this, the DNA strands expand. Really interesting, really interesting. So these people that have got expanded strands of DNA will be holding certain gifts that they may not even be aware of yet. So telepathy. So you may have, so you'll see like a toddler in a buggy or a small child or something like that, and they can't take their eyes off you, and you just have this interaction with this little being, and you need no words, that you are just filled with love between you and everything else doesn't matter, and you'll just start smiling, and it's kind of like nobody else is aware of this interaction, you know, not even the parents are aware of this interaction, or they'll just kind of like look at you interacting with their child and just smile too. But it's different, you know, it's kind of like I've smiled, you know, at children before and things, and kind of just thought, oh, they're cute, I love that, you know, whatever. This is a different interaction. This is like a full knowing interaction. I know who you are. I know that you are a being of light. I know that you are infinite, and I know that you are a being of love, and I know what you are here to do. And it's kind of like all this information is kind of like in this amazing transaction just by the interaction with this small being. So and you may have this with older beings as well, that you'll just be in the vicinity of somebody, it may be a stranger that you've just met in the street, and you'll just think, I resonate with this person so strongly, and it's simply because between the two of you, you are having this energetic interaction of, I know who you are and I know why you are here. These beings as well with the expanded DNA and heart space, if you are on the path of love, you will just be magnetic to these people, that you'll just know that they are filled with the purest love, and you just want to interact with them. You just want to be with them, you just want to speak with them, you just want to talk with them, you just want to walk with them, you just want to be around them. If you are choosing, and it's all choice and there's no right or wrong, again, being around these heart space individuals, if you're on the path of fear, they are here to heal. So they will feel like Marmite to these individuals. You kind of like, you will be repelled from them, because they have got so much love that they are bringing everything that needs healing up to the surface for you, up into the consciousness, all trauma, all fears, all anger, all feelings of shame, of sadness, everything they will be bringing up the surface to allow you to be conscious of it, to know that you are a creative being in order to transformation, rebirth, in order for you to rebirth. But as we all know, being squidged down that birthing canal ain't pleasant. So for these individuals that have a lot of healing to do, being around these heart space individuals and expanded DNA individuals would be quite a tough thing, and you just think, I don't want to be in their vicinity because it feels too much. So you may just want to spend small amounts of time with these expanded heart space individuals, because too much time will be too much for you, and you'll want to go away and kind of like regroup yourself. If this is happening to you and you do experience this, go away, nurture yourself. If things are coming up, take the time to just be. If you need a couple of days off work to just be, then take that time to nurture and love yourself. The just having to go to work is the old programs feeding into the old financial puppeteer system. You don't need to do it. You don't have to do it. It's your choosing. It's your choice. Nobody is putting pressure on you by you. If you need to heal, take that time. We are on the penance planet, and this is a rebirthing of it. So we are being given the opportunity to feel forgiveness, and it has to come within. So we are all, every single one of us, paying penance for something, because we all have karma. So this is part of the Akashic record. So your Akashic records are your records of you, of all your lifetimes on this planet, all the good stuff you've done, all the bum stuff you've done. We've all done bum stuff, every single one of us. Not one of us is off the hook. So this is what the rebirthing program is as well, is to really feel, to do the shadow work, to look at the bum stuff that we may have done, to look at the bum stuff that we are feeling, and be rebirthed into the creator being that you actually are but didn't actually recognize. The being before all the trauma, the being before all the karma, and said, you know what, I want to choose that being again. I want to come back home to the being I was before I had those human experiences. I'm not casting any judgment against those human experiences. It just is, it just was. But now I'm moving forward, and I can come back to my unbroken self before all the traumas, before all the karma, and that is me rebirthing. But sometimes we have to acknowledge the penance, we have to acknowledge the pain, acknowledge the trauma, acknowledge the shadow, acknowledge the dark, see it, honour it, because it's the light just without the light switch on. It's exactly the same. It's okay. It's still part of you. It's still part of all love and creation. It's just in a different format. So we are being asked to look at it and to choose and to heal and to transform and to rebirth. But some of that transformation is going to be uncomfortable for a lot of people. So leaders as well, and these can be leaders in companies, in businesses, in countries. So a lot of them may be still on the old program of fear, and this is important for countries because the ones at the top that were puppeteering, we know who they were, the 12 families, part of royalty, part of lots of industry. They were everywhere. Had a lot of, I don't really want to use the word minions, but that's kind of what they were. So what we believe the beings at the top are, they weren't. They were beings at the top controlling everything. So the ones at the top basically have been taken out of the equation, but some leaders may not have got the memo that these beings at the top that were backing them are no longer there, so they no longer have the backing of that agenda. So some of the leaders are trying to follow the old agenda that was written. It really cannot play out. So what we are seeing is the smoke from it. It's not the flames anymore. We are just seeing the smoke from it. And we are just need to walk in our own sovereignty, recognise that you are safe in every given moment because you are a being of energy. You are a being of love that heals all. So you just walk through the smoke. And even if you're walking through the flames, you're a being of love. You heal all. And you are safe in every given moment because you are a being of love. So you walk through the smoke in whatever that means for you. So this is where your core values, your discernment is really, really important to step into right now. Just keep walking, keep loving. So yeah, some leaders haven't got the memo. So we will see this in some leaders trying to follow kind of like the old agenda that was planned. It cannot come to pass because they haven't got the infrastructure at the top anymore to pass it. So they will be met by the collective repellment of what they want to do. So there will be resistance to it. So we will find leaders making U-turns. So decisions that they've made, they will make complete U-turns on those decisions. Or they will simply say, well, right, we're implementing this, but you choose if you want to take it up or not. So we will be seeing some changes there as well. Companies, people in business, bosses who are on the old program of fear. So be aware of how you treat your staff right now, because we are in the Lionsgate energy as well. So there are a lot of that lion energy coming up, the courage from the fear. So if you are a boss and you are on the old program of fear and you may be ruling your staff or company kind of like under the scheme of punishment, ridicule, shaming, be aware that your staff will walk because they have the courage to walk. They won't care if they've got another job to go to. They won't care about finances because they are tapped in and tuned on, and they know that they can walk away from something, that they need to release the old energy to allow a rebirth in new energy in, and they will recognise this and just have a knowing of this. So beware of staff walkages. They will walk because they will not put up with the old program because they are rebirthing and they want something new. So if you are a company or an employer, am I on the path of fear or am I on the path of love? How am I treating people? What service am I providing? Am I providing a service that is still in the old energy of fear and rules and regulations around that? Or am I in a company of love where all of my staff are safe? I honour and respect every single one of them, and in turn, respect isn't a light switch, it's earned, it's not just switched on. But in order for that, you have to be empowered yourself first, and you have to love and respect yourself first in order to have that energy back from the people around you. This is all part of the rebirthing. So this is just an awareness about the energy for you out there, an awareness of what is it you want to choose. So we may see kind of like some of these great big infrastructure companies, you know, if they are being very forceful to staff are going to turn around and say, do you know what, I do have a choice and I am not putting up with this. The Lionsgate energy is going to give strength and power to these to each and every individual on this planet. I love myself more is empowerment. That's how we empower ourselves. I love myself more. I am safe in every given moment. That is empowerment. So, and I allow the new to come in. I am rebirthed. I am renewed. I get rid of the old. I shed it. I allow the new to come up, which is exactly what the planet is doing. You know, there are floods, there are fires. She's just saying, bring it on, clear away the old. I am safe. in every given moment. I will rebirth, I will renew. I am allowing the new to come in, but at first I have to get rid of the old, and this is people as well. So this is relationships as well, rebirth. So there will be rebirths in relationships. So you may get one individual going, this are my hopes and dreams for the future, or I want to serve. Do not get in the way of my service, otherwise I will walk. And again, this is a Lionsgate energy. So relationship rebirthing as well. Animals rebirthing. So we will see new animals come in and a new relationship with animals as well. So some of you may have even kind of like been seeing this, new friendly squirrels or birds that are just have this interaction with you that are literally a foot away from you and are not fearful anymore. So the interaction with animals and new animals is going to be really interesting. So everything is changing. Will be some of you as well eating less, pooping less, so you'll be less full of poop. So people that are less full of poop are probably going to be more full of truth. Interesting. The penance planet, one phrase that came up, pray or pay. So if you are not connected to all things and source energy, and even quantum physics are actually realizing that all energy that is created is actually all stemming from one point of source energy, whatever you want to call it, whether you want to call it God force energy, source energy, whatever it is, but you are all birthed from it. And this is the opportunity to renew and come back to the love of source energy. That's what it's asking you to do. Come back to source, come back to the love energy. And that is the 0 point of creation, where everything begins and where everything ends. So I see it as just a black sky with stars in it. So the light is there for a reason, and the dark is there for a reason, and the stars are there to light to the contrast between the dark. It has to be there, but they are all created from the one point of source, the 0 point, where everything begins and everything ends. Everything is birthed and everything dies. So what we are witnessing as well is the death of the old programs. And it could be the death of all generations as well. There's nothing sad about this, because the energy of the old generation is going to be rebirthed into a new planet, into re-energizing things. Where there's a death, there is always a spark of life, always. It's just the flow of things. We all die, we are all reborn, and we just keep doing it. And that is the infinite energy that we all are. Just having a human experience. So don't take this too seriously. We are seeing the death of old programs in order to bring in the birth of new ones. Anything that isn't intrinsically suiting you at the moment, or you just think this feels uncomfortable, you are a creator being, change it. That's your power, what you can do, your superpower. So I will leave rebirth, excitement and transformation with you. Celebrate it. Celebrate these times. Yes, people may be in negativity, saying, oh my goodness, what's going on? You are watching a death. Yes, there is sadness potentially for some around this, but those that can see beyond of it, there's celebration. So I will leave this with you. Love to each and every single one of you. I honour every single one of you for being here right now in this human experience, doing this, being this. You're amazing. All of you, no matter what you are choosing, no matter what path you are choosing, because some of you will still be on the path of fear. And you are still amazing, because you are markers for the rest of us to see how far we have travelled. So my love and honour goes out to all of you as well. Right, big one. Leave that with you. Take care all. See you in the next one. Bye.